to the very best. It's yours truly, Jazzy Fizzle, Fizzle, Fizzle. And this is Instinct Radio, man. Tune in, baby. Oh, boy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Instinct Radio and to our debut episode of Shootin The Shhhh with Mark and Mont. I'm Lamont, trying to get the situation. We apologize. We're a little delayed, a little can we see me? We a couple technical difficulties. Our first show, but we are here with myself.
How
Mark
y'all doing?
Strickland,
How y'all doing?
and the lovely Miss Deontay.
B.
Our first guest on our first show.
Thank you. I am glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, it was a little crazy because we've been trying to promote the show, trying to get ready, trying to build this up. And yesterday, I was telling Mark, I know you don't know about this, but I was trying to promote the show on my phone, and I tried to do like a group text.
Yep.
And it didn't work.
That didn't
out.
go over too well.
It didn't go over.
Yeah.
You were part
Oh, you was on the group text?
Do you got the part of that?
You was.
I think everybody in the world got that.
Man, people were pissed.
Yeah, they got mad at
mine. We've all gotten group texts, but I didn't mean to do it. And what really was messed up is that I was sending it to people in L.A. at like 9 o'clock our time, so it was like 6 a.m. their time. And people act like I was robbing them, like literally.
But that ding all day, man. Don't nobody want to hear that ding all day.
It was in
Like
Vegas.
all day.
It was like ding, 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 ding. People were sitting on my phone like, what the hell? What the boop, 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 boop.
You got some death threats too, didn't you?
Yo, it was crazy. But nonetheless, we are here.
We made it.
In the ATL on Shootin The Shhhh. A lot of stuff going on, y'all. Crazy stuff going out there in the world. We try to keep it funny, but I definitely want to touch on a pretty serious topic. They had a horrific mass shooting at church. So we need to go out and and give a shout out to them because that was in Springford, Texas.
Texas, I think it was.
And, a gentleman, if you haven't heard about it by now, a young man who used to be in the armed forces, went into the church in camouflage and had 30 rounds and shot, I think 26 people passed.
Yep.
26?
And over 20 were injured.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm for one, I don't own a gun. I'm not against guns, but I am against assault rifles. So I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Well, I'm a gun owner.
Okay.
I own many guns.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, no, seriously though, man, I just think they need to put some type of control on the type of guns that you use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So nobody should have 50 and 60 rounds of bullets, man.
I mean, what are you using that for? You're not hunting deer.
Yeah. You're not going to go out and use that against somebody over road rage. I hope not. So they need to kind of limit that. Once they start doing that, I think, things will kind of change a little bit.
Yeah, what about you, Dan? What do you think about gun control? You think we need gun control in this country, or do you think it's okay? Or what do you think? What's your opinion on it? From a lady's perspective.
Ladies' perspective.
Most people don't like my perspective of guns. I hate guns.
Really?
Okay.
I don't think I would ever own a gun.
Not for protection?
I think that not even for protection because I feel like if you're really grounded in Christianity, what do you need a gun for?
Okay.
If something's going to happen to you, it's going to happen with a gun or without a gun. In my perspective, a lot of people now say they need a gun. They need a gun at church, which, things are going to happen. But, like I tell people, it's happening everywhere. It does not matter where you are. And people just need to get back to prayer. And we shy away from that. We think a gun is going to save us. And,
I agree.
It's just not. It's not. People get killed with guns right there in their clothes. Like, let's just keep it real.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that it's just too many guns, especially in youngsters' hands nowadays.
Right.
I mean, you have a child.
I have a 16-year-old.
16-year-old.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of kids nowadays, they idolize guns, man. I've seen kids looking at gun ammo, books, and things like that. Where we used to trade baseball cards back in the day, and now they're looking at guns.
Right.
Video games, videos, they see it all the time, so it's in their face. So it's something that they kind of idolize.
Yeah, and it used to be that if a kid had a gun, it was like a cool thing.
Yeah.
You know, your child playing with the guns, like, oh, you know, pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
But now, kids are actually like adults with guns.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the difference. And I think it's just the way that times have changed and what they see.
Parenting.
Because it's not a toy anymore. It's like they think it's a real gun for real, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's
not a fun thing anymore.
It needs to change, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon, especially with 45 in the White House. But let's just, like you said, we just need prayer and hope that we don't have another one of these. But unfortunately, it's getting to the point now where it's commonplace.
Yeah.
You don't think it's, I mean, look at Vegas just last month.
Yeah, something's happening every month.
Yeah. And now people are afraid to go anywhere. Like, everybody, like, I just was somewhere. And I was talking to someone. They were like, they're not going to any concerts. They're just not going to go to church. And it's like, I'm like, you going to be scared to live? You going to be scared to go to the grocery store or go anywhere? Just, you know.
Right.
I said, you still got to live.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. I was afraid
That's
to
why
come here tonight.
I know you guys are not going to live with guns, but I'm going to continue living with guns. Sorry.
All right, well, that's cool. But as long as you don't, you know.
Nah, I won't lose my mind or anything.
You don't get mad at me.
I'm safe. I practice safe.
Practice safety.
I know how to use every gun I have.
Okay.
You know, so, you know, something happens. I mean,
Man,
But why so
ready.
many? Why
But
so
you
many
16.
guns?
Why do you even need a gun?
Well, some of the guns were inherited from my great grandfather and my grandfather.
They still work.
Yeah, they work. Work very well. And then one was through my dad when he passed away, and the others I purchased on my own when I became around 25, and I started, you know.
But see, that sounds like your guns have sentimental value. Like, it's not just you're just around here. Like, people now, they're not for the same reason.
No, I'm not just stuck in it.
You know, people just around here, they just collecting all kind of guns, and they just going
They
to just
put up safe in the house. They're not any near my kids. Can't reach them or anything.
Well,
I'm the only one. Me and my wife.
Yeah.
We the only people that know where they are.
Yeah.
16-year-old, he knows what one is, but you know, hey, I know he's smart enough not to use it because he knows daddy's is a little.
Well, let's
insane.
hope so. So let's just pray
cool.
for the people down there. And,
Yeah, definitely.
That's a sad situation. Yeah.
So moving on, man. I heard some news the other day. It was a little disturbing. I know you definitely can relate to that. Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
Lamar, former NBA player, passed out.
Yeah, man.
In the nightclub the other night. And,
I don't know, man.
Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, I hope he is, man. You know, sometimes that fall is tough for a lot of athletes. They say athletes die twice.
It was really, that fall was hard for him, but he's 6'10". So that fall when he fainted was real hard.
I mean,
when he hit the ground.
But what? I'm just trying to understand, why did he faint?
What? I mean, he said it was hot in the club. You know,
he got
dancing.
dehydrated.
You know, he probably was getting his groove on.
Dehydrated.
And he was dehydrated.
I think that's a political.
See, y'all ball players. Y'all are ball players, so y'all are trying to make it look good.
Really? I'm just saying. That's what they said.
So you mean tell me y'all get in the club and get too hot and y'all pass out?
Man, I'll be you ever see Strick dance?
Yeah, I can dance.
He can dance his ass off.
6'10", I got
6'10",
moves.
he got moves.
I'm going to say it's the same thing. I'm just going to say it's the same thing when I went to the Mayweather fight.
Okay.
And we had this young lady in front of us that had to be carried out of the arena.
Really?
Okay.
And the guy next to me, and I'm not going to say what color he was, said, must be the drugs. And I said, it must be. Wow. Because she could not even, I mean, you know, those tickets are not cheap. They have to, for whoever was her date, I was like, if I was him, I would be slapping her, pow, pow, because she need a good slap. No. Because why are you that high that you can't even, so I'm just going to say.
Well, let's hope it's not that. I don't want to speculate.
I don't want to speculate. I'm not speculating, you guys, but I'm just saying, whoever's watching, do you go to the club and get that hot? And if you are,
maybe the roof was on fire.
You need to do some things a little bit different.
Sounds like speculation to me. But hey, it's cool.
Well, one thing they did say is that he was revived, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And he was helped up, and they said it was the the DJ helped him.
They are shooting the right now because Lamar is always in the public eye about something.
Yeah.
He need to get his life together. Lamar, if you're watching, you need to get your life together. Okay?
Come on, Elo.
Get it together.
Elo, you gonna let her?
Well,
it's time. When you might have been okay to do this when you was about 23, but now you're getting at that age where you should know better. Get it together.
You sound like Lamar's mama.
A little bit.
Somebody, his mama,
Cousin.
I need to be his
Little
mama.
cousin.
Because
Little
whatever
cousin.
his mama is doing is not working.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
I'm just glad that he's
We're not
okay.
gonna.
So
I'm not gonna touch that.
we keeping on with our sports with the sports theme. What do you guys think about this Colin Kaepernick thing? Because it's been football seasons. We're not halfway there through the season, but still he hasn't been picked up. So and it's getting serious now because a lot of the owners they're getting subpoenaed to go through their emails and make sure it wasn't collusion. That's what they're alleging.
Collusion with the blackballing.
Saying that he's not. They purposely kept him out. So
Blackball.
If you haven't heard about all that, that's what they're saying. That it was a collusion between the owners who got together at some point and purposely denied him of employment, and that's why he's suing the NFL. And whether you believe it or not, but obviously the guy can still play. He went to the Super Bowl, obviously, some years ago. But when you have Deshaun Jackson go down, and you have so many other players go down, and they bring in seem like guys just off the street to play, why isn't he still playing?
True. That's how I feel, man.
Do you think it's just he's a guy that just an opportunity? They don't think he can still play because he hasn't been playing, or do you think it's definitely opportunity they're keeping him out?
I just think, man, it's all about money right now. The NFL, man, is going to make money regardless. They're going to win regardless. That's how I look at it. I look at it from a business standpoint because they're going to make more money now off Colin Kaepernick than they would if he was playing. Like, think about it. You got African American groups boycotting the NFL, not watching games. But we also gonna want to know the score, so that means ESPN ratings gonna go up, Fox ratings gonna go up. So that means the NFL are gonna make bigger television contracts with those stations.
Yeah, but they're saying that the viewership is down though because of that. A lot of people are not watching the games. I read online today there's some restaurants and sports bars who are not even playing the games. They're having karaoke nights and things like that. And some people are boycotting the games. Are you guys boycotting, or do you watch, or I know probably should be boycotting the Falcons right now.
No, I watch the Falcons.
Hey, don't you say nothing about the Falcons.
I already got dude Kenny Bird.
Already
got Kenny Bird.
My Eagles are 9-1.
Oh yeah, he a Philly dude. He a Philly dude. This how I met this cat in Temple at college.
But what I will say, I do still watch the games, but it's just time.
You take a knee before you watch it.
No.
I probably. I don't take a knee, but I think that it's time for the athletes to realize, and you guys are athletes, it's time to realize that the athletes really have the power. Until they recognize that the owners don't have the power and they have the power, they can change the whole game if they want to, really. Because what is sports without the athletes? You don't have athletes, you don't have sports.
Oh, absolutely not.
So, but nobody's getting that part. So, because people are so worried about, I'm going to lose my job, which they should, because they got to feed their families. They have to do all those things.
Private schools.
Wifey. Exactly.
Jury.
But if all of those players got together and took that same stand, what would they do? What would they do then?
Similar to the NBA, that's what we did. We had certain guys put up money for loans.
Right.
Like, say, guys that couldn't make it, they would put up loans and, sign a contract with a financial advisor. But, you have a different bargaining agreement. NFL bargaining agreement is bad, So that's kind of tough for them to deal with, you know what I mean? Because they kind of gave the owners most of the power when they did their negotiations. See, in the in NBA, the players, we have most of the power. So we can kind of have a little bit more call on shots. That's why things are kind of handled more in meetings when we meet in the NBA, because it's kind of a 50-50 thing.
So how do you change? How does that change? Like you see how you're saying. So basically, y'all have a better voice than they have.
Yeah, because of the bargaining agreement. But they get the most.
They are the lowest paid, but they get the most hits.
Yeah,
they get the most everything.
I was so sad.
And
when
they
I found
have
out
the
that.
and their voice is. They're
gonna have to do what you said. So they're gonna have to kind of get together as all NFL players, and they're gonna have to take a stand together as a whole group. Yeah, if that's not gonna happen, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing. But I think people need to start talking about the issue.
What's that?
Yeah.
The issue and that Colin Kaepernick took the knee for.
Yeah. Well,
nobody's ever talking about it. They talk about the flag.
Exactly.
Talk about the military.
Exactly.
Nobody's talking about the injustice that's going on in the streets
and
with African Americans.
that's the problem, because when you talk to people about that, they always say they sweep that under the rug like it's something else.
Exactly.
And that's part of the problem right there.
Yeah. So until people start talking about that, legislators, governors, those type of people
The
start.
biggest thing today was
doing
about Papa John's not wanting to sponsor the NFL no more, but they losing money. I mean, it's like it's going into so many other directions than what Colin Kaepernick.
Something will happen because they're losing too much money. Now other companies will start to, get in with the players and understand that, there is some type of injustice. So something got to be done.
Yeah, and it's gonna have it's
gotta be.
so it can change because it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen to somebody else, and Colin Kaepernick is gonna be fine because he's gonna get all sorts of opportunities from this happening
$1 million
to him.
book deal.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
but what happens when it happens to somebody else?
Yeah.
And it's like, when are y'all gonna say enough is enough and say, let's get together, let's figure this thing out, let's be connected with one another? Because you got a few here that's saying we're gonna ban with this. You got a few here, you got a few here, but collectively, I've not seen them do anything as a group to say, look, you can't keep doing this to us.
Yeah. No,
You're right.
That's
So-
gonna have to happen.
Well, in the meantime, we have basketball to watch.
I love it.
So if you guys don't know, Mark and I played college ball together at Temple
University.
And
When he used to date Tammy.
that is
That's my
hilarious.
girl, man. Tammy was my girl, man. I was so mad at her,
you
man.
said
I was so
Tammy.
mad at you,
That's
man.
funny.
Tammy was my
Oh,
girl.
my goodness.
Man. Tammy was
It
my
sounds like
girl.
you took it all the way back.
Man, Tammy was my girl.
It seemed like something else was going on
Nah,
with him,
man.
Tammy.
Come on.
What's up with that?
Tammy was my
Tammy
girl.
girl,
That
man.
was his girl. Hopefully
She
it
was the
was.
sweetest
Hopefully
girl I
it
ever
wasn't
met in
his
my
girl.
life.
Like, what's that movie?
No, we don't.
Nah,
the
you
one,
got
the
what?
one with Morris Chestnut.
Oh, best man.
Best man. Hopefully it
Oh,
wasn't
nah,
those type of.
I don't do that. I'm not.
Nah,
I'm from
it's
Decatur.
TU,
We
man.
not built. We don't do that.
We don't do that.
that kind
Okay,
of stuff.
good.
stuff.
Okay,
We're
well,
not built
that way.
well, in
We
that
team
case,
together,
since you
man.
said
We
you were
team
from
together,
Georgia,
yeah.
I believe you this.
Yeah,
I
team
believe
together.
it.
I'm from
Now, if you
Decatur.
was from Philly,
Yeah,
I
that
might
might
be.
be-
Oh,
I don't know.
Columbus.
Shots fired.
But what I want to talk about, man, is the NBA season's here. I love it. Can't get enough. College ball about to start up. And LeBron, man,
They losing.
They're
What's going
losing.
on with
I
them?
don't know.
Defense, man. I think age plays a part in it, but
Absolutely.
it's hard to bring all of those collective
Derrick
type of players
Rose,
together and expect that it's going to mesh quickly. It's not going to happen. You got
D-Wade.
Derrick Rose, you got
I mean, they're all
D-Wade, you got
35 years old.
then you got J.R. Smith. You got to get those guys that you had on the team in the mix. Then you just got a point guard that's coming on later on, and Isaiah Thomas. He's
If he
not playing in
comes,
January, so
I don't even see him on the bench
Yeah.
anymore, so I don't even know.
You know,
He might
so-
be there. Maybe he's just too small.
yeah.
We can't see.
Oh, that's cold blooded.
Okay, you
I
ready?
don't know.
You ready to hear from me?
I'm ready.
Y'all play basketball.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
So from what I'm watching when I see the games, I'm like, this got to be staged. They're acting
How?
because
What's
it's looking at the players that are on some of these teams. It's like, how you have Golden State, not just the Cavaliers this year. They're not the only ones that's losing. It's like the teams that they're losing to. Last night I watched the Hawks. They almost beat Boston, and I think that they can.
Key word is almost. Okay, go ahead.
Very, very close. I don't know if it'd be same results for the next game.
Yeah.
So,
I'm-
I'm looking at these games like,
Resident-
but you got
That's
to
what
make it interesting because you can't just have Golden State and the Cavaliers going all the way. Like,
Man.
they've been doing it. So it's like, okay, we're going to have to change it up. So, well, y'all play ball. Y'all tell me. Cause
I was like this. I
I'm
just
like,
felt like Kevin Durant
what's going
made
on
the
here?
best decision. When you go to the park, who do you pick? You pick okay players or you pick the best players? Think about that. When you go to the park, who you picking? You picking the best players. So for a change in the NBA, you had an opportunity for a player to pick the team that he wanted to go to. Because usually you get traded. They tell you, hey, man, you got traded to Denver. You know what I'm saying? You got to go
agree.
to Denver.
I agree.
Or,
I mean,
it's
you're right.
like, okay, we're going to just, we don't want
I
you
didn't-
no more, or so we're going to just let you, we're going to just cut you. Now, this was the opportunity for in a while that a player had an opportunity to go to a team that he wanted to go to. So he went to the
Yeah,
best
you're right.
team.
I don't mind Kevin going to that team, but I didn't like it. But I understand why he did it. I mean,
I would've did it.
he's a free agent. He can go. And I understand he wanted to go to the best team. But They lost the year before.
I
to the
mean,
same
sometimes you gonna lose. You lose.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Slick,
I think they played like.
then he
So what- so what
they
are you
lost to
saying?
the Warriors, and now they couldn't.
They
beat
saying
them.
he should have went to Golden State because they lost to Golden State last year. To me, that ain't got nothing to do with the decision that he had after the season. His season's over.
Yeah. And
So it's like,
time for,
okay, who
it's
am
time
I
for him
gonna
to
go?
win.
Let me
It's
see.
time.
I
And
don't
it's
think
time
he
for him
knew
to
that.
win.
He could have
from the
won.
get-go.
He could have won. You don't think he could have won? You don't think if I'm just saying, if he had stayed in OKC, you don't think they could have won?
You never know. You never know though, man, because it's
No,
like a
you're
lot
right.
of
The only
it's a lot of
way is
things that
if
go on in the NBA locker room.
Turtle
that
Man would
people
have
don't know.
changed
Turtle
the
Man.
way.
Who's Turtle Man? Turtle Man. Is there
Turtle
a
Man.
such thing in the NBA?
You know who Turtle Man is.
Turtle Man. Turtle.
Okay, well, what does he look like? It's not a person.
Who you talking about?
Hey, we don't know.
What team does he play for?
Somebody tune in, help me out, because they acting like they
team
don't
does he
know who
play
Turtle
for?
Man is.
Yeah.
OKC.
Call in 478-569-6474.
Running
Please
the game
call
on
in.
OKC.
Who is
It's
Turtle Man?
Turtle Man is.
Who is Turtle Man?
Call in.
Does anybody send me a message to tell me, man, who Turtle Man is? What is Turtle Man?
Somebody gonna help y'all with who Turtle Man
Somebody,
is.
please. Turtle Man.
That's a new one on me.
In the
And
NBA.
I don't blame KD. I would not want to play with a turtle action figure either if he's gonna be doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you kind
Who?
of lost me on
What you mean?
on Turtle Man.
She must be talking about Westbrook. Westbrook?
Westbrook?
Is
My
Westbrook?
gosh, I think you've got it.
Westbrook, Turtle Man. That's a good one. Why you call him
Why you
Turtle
call him
Man? Because
Turtle
he's
Man?
fast.
Don't he look like a turtle in the face? D'Angelo, Michelangelo, one of them.
Okay.
Oh, she talking about the Ninja Turtle?
Yeah.
He do. He look like a little
Yeah,
Ninja
yeah,
Turtle. He
yeah,
run
he
like a
does.
Ninja Turtle. He do everything like a
That's
Ninja
hilarious.
Turtle.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a
That's
good
funny.
one, though.
If y'all
Okay.
ever pay attention,
I'm gonna look at
I'm
that.
gonna
next
check
time
it
he
out.
play,
I'd rather
pay
than
attention,
peep
you'll
that.
see.
He
He do
definitely
every,
don't. He definitely
First,
don't
I'm
dribble
gonna
like
watch.
a turtle.
First, I gotta watch
He's
the Ninja
part
Turtle
turtle.
movie because I don't know how the
Yeah,
Ninja
he's
Turtles
part
move.
turtle. That's why.
Part turtle.
That's
Part
why he can
turtle.
play like that.
Oh, okay.
Well, we
Yeah.
sticking with the NBA, man. You know, one thing I saw today that your boy's back on the news again.
LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball. And
LeVar Ball.
and his antics.
Saying the
So-
son ain't getting enough minutes. Man, come on, man. Come on, LeVar.
I mean,
come
LeVar.
on, man. The dude
First of
don't
all,
shoot the ball. One, he's not aggressive.
Listen, this is what he said, and I quote.
Please, quote it.
Listen. He's complaining about Lonzo not getting enough playing time, where he's 33 minutes a game, second among NBA active rookies behind
Second.
Simmons from Philly.
Ben
He
Simmons,
says,
yeah.
and I quote, "You got to shoot the ball. You're not going to make it if you don't take it."
Okay.
Right? No,
Yeah. That's a good one. He does need to
then
shoot
says,
more.
Right after that,
Okay.
he's not going to take shots if he's not in the flow. He don't want to hurt the team by shooting.
But he's there to score. We need you to
Wait a
score.
minute. Wait a minute. Am I clear on this? Let me
Please.
make sure I'm
Yeah,
clear.
please. Yeah.
LeVar saying that he,
'Cause-
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
listening.
Let me make sure I'm clear. I think that somebody needs to give him the $5 million that Tyrese got because he's whining about the same.
Absolutely.
Money.
So maybe I don't know.
He-
Let's
he-
see if one of his
He need
colleagues
to be
can help
R&B
him
singer.
out
Johnny Gill. We need to change
LeVar,
his name to Johnny
LeVar
Gill.
Ball?
and have him stay on
He-
social media.
Because, I mean, so what do you think? You have a 6-year-old son who
Yeah.
plays high school ball.
Yeah.
So what do you think about, do you think he's
Ranked
just
number
being
8
a
now.
dad, a great
Ranked number
dad, or
8,
do you
yeah.
think he's, you said he what?
He's ranked number 8 now.
What? Number
Yeah, ranked
8?
Number 8. Yeah.
So do you think, congrats, young fella. I didn't know
Appreciate it.
that.
Yeah.
Number 8 in Dade County.
Let me pull up.
Okay.
Let me wait. Hold on.
Okay,
Let me
hey,
do this.
Number
that's what's
8.
up.
Number 8.
But
Sophomores, though.
so
Sophomores.
do
but go
you
ahead.
think,
You know how-
do you
you
think
know how
he's
we are as
overbearing father, or do you think it's just for what he's doing?
I think when he was younger, what he did was great.
Yeah.
I think instilling confidence in him is great. I think what he's doing, the little sound bites here and there are great for his brand. I know you got to build his brand, but what he's doing now is kind of hindering his son. You know, I think now his son is a pro, so I feel like you should just let him be a pro. You got 2 other sons you got to worry about. You got one at UCLA. You got a younger son that's coming up who's probably going to be your best ball player. You know what I mean? So I feel like he should put some of that energy into those guys.
I
Because
agree.
now you kind of got Magic Johnson, you got teammates, a pro ball. You know, you
Exactly.
have a lot of guys. It's like a team. So you know they're gonna, you're gonna have meetings, and you're also hanging with these guys more than you hanging with your family. So he needs to kind of let this guy
He
be a
need-
pro,
he need to let him be
gel
a
with his
man,
teammates,
exactly.
Scale back.
kind of grow
Exactly.
back,
Step back.
kind of chill back. Now, if it's sound bites for the brand, got you. But to say, man, your son is not getting enough minutes, that's not really
mean-
like helping his cause.
Absolutely. And one thing that that really bugs me about LeVar, and I'm a father. I have a 12-year-old son.
Shane Dollar.
He's also ranked number 1 in my house.
Yeah. Shane Dollar. Shane like 6'5" though. In like the 3rd grade.
But
Shane like 6'5". Like,
but I'm not that
Jesus.
dad. You know, I'm definitely trying to encourage my
you push
son.
him though.
I definitely push him. You got to push him.
Yeah, you got to.
But I think LeVar is a little overbearing, and he kind of lost me too. And I know, he did a great marketing job. But what I can't get past, first of all, the Baller brand. Hey, that's your thing. I get it. Black man out there trying to promote his own product.
Yeah.
But
Did you
why
buy a
is it
pair?
your own son wearing the sneakers though? I ain't buying.
He wear the sneakers. He wear them every game. Every Laker game he had the sneakers on. He didn't wear them in the summer league.
Okay.
He wear them in every Laker game now.
That's what I was saying. I'm like,
Yeah, summer
why
league.
is
Well, I guess he was getting
his. If his own son ain't buying it.
Maybe he's trying to get his platinum pair or something. He had to fit them to his feet. Maybe they needed to be comfortable. It was their first shoes. I don't know.
Yeah. He shot better in the summer league, so he might need to go.
Yeah,
back.
he might need to go back to Nike or
some
something.
Nikes
Yeah.
or Adidas or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But, well, good luck.
Good luck, LeVar, man.
The Lakers and
Lonzo, I like
lying.
watching you. Shoot a little bit more, brother.
Yeah,
Shoot a
you
little
gotta
bit more,
shoot.
please.
See, they like to make everything sound nice. They really want to say,
What I wanna say.
stop crying and let your son get his shine on and scale back. Your shine is over.
Yeah, because I don't know if it ever started.
It
But he
ain't.
said
Y'all
he
make
said
it
he
sound
could
good.
beat
I'm
Michael
going to
Jordan.
translate.
that was
Everything
like-
y'all
those
say,
sound
I'm
bites.
translate.
Those
Those
sound
sound
bites.
bites,
Yeah, that's not real. He's not can't beat Michael Jordan. No
Yeah.
way.
I'm really their
So,
translator.
Miss,
Yeah.
well, I don't think we actually talked about what you do, Miss. So I know you're an actress and
You say the first name, I say the last name.
Deontay.
G.
Deontay B.
Oh, B. I'm sorry. I said G.
G.
We gotta do it
It
again.
sounded good, though. It sounded good. I
gotta
take
do it
the G.
again.
I
He called
take the
it
G.
G. Okay, Deontay.
B.
So tell the world what's going on with Deontay, which projects you got working on, what you doing.
But go ahead
Well,
with your stuff.
Oh, hold on, we got a call. We got a caller.
We got a caller.
Yes.
Oh, we
Hey,
got-
caller. Hello. Welcome to Shooting the Shhhhh.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, man, what you guys gonna,
Who?
when you guys gonna say something funny, man?
Now he's still there. Can you speak up, sir? We can't hear you.
So when you guys gonna say something funny?
Hey, man.
Oh, man, we just kinda-
Well, I hear that voice. I'm about to laugh now because you sound like a high school Catholic school girl. Who is this? Introduce yourself, please. Where you calling from?
Sound like you doing backflips under the bed.
Yo, man, turn your radio down.
Turn your
'cause I
radio
can't-
down, man.
There's too much feedback.
Turn your radio down.
There we go. Now we got you. Caller, who is this?
What's your name?
can you hear me now?
And caller hung up. We got a joke prankster call on
Now,
here,
I
folks.
believe that was a good friend of mine, Mr. Daryl Crawls, who created the Big Mama's House fame. So give it up. Shout out to Daryl Crawls. for calling
Okay.
in. Call back, Big D, man.
Right now we got to hear about Deontay.
So speaking of another D, Daryl, now to another D, Miss
Okay.
Deontay. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got
Yeah.
working on.
Yeah, what you
People
got? What's going on
Well,
with you?
I mean, I've been an actress forever, so I have several projects, but the one that I would want to talk about right now
Okay.
is my talk show.
know. Okay.
It's called Gwen's Business Corner with Deontay B, and it airs on Fox 54.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's give it up for
And
that. Okay.
so,
Business
yeah.
corner. All right.
And the TV show is actually about business and entertainment. So what sets us aside from other TV shows that you typically see is that it's for the viewers. It's not for us. So we're not going to ask you what you got going on. We're going to ask you something that's going to help someone that's watching. So if an actress was watching, then you would ask me a question like, so if I'm an actress, what are some things that I can do to get on the acting scene? Like, who are the go-to people, or where should I go take acting classes?
Okay.
Based off of the guests, they get to hear masterminds talk about what they do in their craft.
Wow.
Okay.
So if you're an aspiring business owner, you should tune in because we have business owners, and our next panel is actually going to be a candid conversation with barbers,
Okay.
where we're going to bring all the barbers out.
Okay.
And we get
That's what's
all We get all different barbers, so we'll have one that's been in business 20 years, one that's just starting out, one that's been there 10 years, and we'll get all of their perspectives so that you can see what goes on, and it's called The Cutting Edge, and that'll be November the 12th. So that will be, and you can get that on Facebook Live, so follow me.
Look out for her and the business owners. Say that with the show called again.
Gwen's Business Corner with Deontay B. Yours truly.
Check her out. But speaking of entertainment, I know you said you're an actress. One thing I wanted to talk about, man, is this whole
casting couch thing.
Casting couch, man.
What's going on in Hollywood?
Harvey Weinstein, as we know.
They're assaulting
Kevin
people.
Spacey. Is,
What's up this thing, man, with white guys wanting people to grab their penis? What is that? Why do white guys like people grabbing their penis?
I don't know. Have you ever had a white guy grab your penis, Mark?
No, I don't really hang out with white guys. And the white guy I hang out with Tom. What up, T Money?
The one white guy?
Yeah, he cool. People.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you were not an actor, because when you just said I don't hang out with white guys, you went into a white guy character, and then you came back to yourself. It was like
that's kind of like my radio voice. It's like a radio voice. You know what I mean? That morning in the morning time, the radio voice. So,
okay, I thought it was your split personality, like you do white man when you at home in the mirror or something. Okay.
Casting couch thing. I'm back to the casting couch. What's going on with this thing? Tell me about what's going on with that.
You're an actress. Have you ever had a situation where you was propositioned by
you had to act your color.
Authority?
You had to act your color.
And
yes,
you know.
Yeah, actually, you know, when I first started out, when I was an actress, but more so when I was a model.
Okay.
They would try to see. They'd be like, okay, well, I want to see if I take you out. If you do this, you could be famous. Like if I was willing to do certain things, then I wouldn't have had to work so hard. I could have used my body and other things like a lot of women do to get me where I wanted to be in business. But I chose to take the route of letting my work
after
speak
you
for
did
itself.
that, now you got the business show. So tell us how. Oh, so you didn't use your body, or did you?
Whoa.
Of course not.
Oh, I don't. We don't know. We keep it real, shooting the shh. I mean, we keep it real.
Whoa.
So you saying that if you had let's keep it real. We're gonna keep it real. Let's say. Let's say The Rock and Tyrese. Who else?
Who
else? Chris. Who do you like?
Ludacris.
Ludacris kind of small. You like short guy? Who like Ludacris?
I don't know. I thought he was talking about the Fast and the Furious.
You see why you gotta tune into this show?
Listen, and Rick Fox.
Rick Fox
called you in a meeting, and you went to the meeting, and they were standing there, and there wasn't a casting couch, but there was a casting lounge chair or a stool with the casting stool
or some tea. Would you drink that tea? Would you for $1 million in a part?
No, so I would not. I would not.
Really?
Because at the end of the day, it's about who you are as a person. Yeah. Like a lot of people, they get tripped up on the money, but what happens when all the money goes away?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's true.
But when you don't have money, that character can't pay them bills. But it's all good.
So, with the caller coming.
Tyree McGee. Hi, Tyree McGee.
Drake.
What up, man? This guy who's on the phone right now looks like Orville Redenbacher.
What's up, Orville?
What's up, Orville?
Welcome to Shootin' The Shhhhh.
He has the Orville Redenbacher glasses and everything.
Drake, you can hear me pretty good?
Huh?
Oh, we can hear you great, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yo, what you about to say, man? Don't say nothing crazy, man. We live now. We live, bro. We live.
What you got to talk about?
We live, man. Remember, I got to see you again. I got to see you.
Hey, you know, Drake.
Yeah.
You can hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yo, yes, we can hear you loud and clear. I think you deaf.
I had to cut off the video.
Oh, okay.
So what's up?
What's up?
So Tyree, we don't, maybe you don't realize this, but you called into a radio station. So you got a question? You want to talk about something? What you want to shoot the shh about?
No, I was gonna chime in on that Lonzo Ball thing, man.
Okay. Go ahead.
What you got for us, Lonzo, Daddy?
When y'all was talking about why he don't wear his own shoes.
Yeah. Why you think that is?
Cause his feet was hurting in them Jones, man. That's why.
hey, maybe so. Maybe they need to rework that for $500.
That's what I told you, man. They perfected.
$500.
Yeah.
You know, your feet shouldn't be hurting in that.
You gotta buy a
$500
pair, man. You at least gotta buy one pair,
Man, not for $500.
You gotta support the dude. One pair?
You got a pair?
Yeah, I bought one pair.
You ain't got a pair.
I got the younger son ones. I don't like the older son ones. I got the younger son ones.
Oh, okay. Well,
With the Christmas, I'm gonna wear them on Christmas
You got
Day.
more money than me. I don't have $500
Man,
for
this
pair
dude
sneakers.
right for shows and all kind. Don't let him fool you, man. He just from Philly. He don't like.
So where you from?
He don't
Where
like
you calling
swag.
in from, Tyreek?
Hey, I'm calling from Cocoa, Florida, man.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, he
Oh,
from
all
DC,
right,
man. My man,
Appreciate
he
it,
from
love.
DC.
Yes, sir.
All right,
All
Joe.
right, brother. Appreciate you, man. Spread the word every Tuesday, 8 to 9 on Shooting the Shhhhh.
Be cool, shawty.
I'm going to be locked in tomorrow, man. I mean, next week, too.
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
locking
locked
tomorrow, you ain't going to see us. Put down that Hennessy, brother.
in.
All right.
All right, man. Stay up, boy.
Take it easy, brother.
All
All
right.
right, one time.
That's funny, man.
That's my
Appreciate
man
y'all
Tyree,
calling.
man. His
great.
nickname is Orville Redenbacher.
Over Red Rocket.
Yeah, he looks like the black Orville Redenbacher.
Yo, so we're going to keep it moving as we move on with 8:48 past the hour. Nothing I want to talk about in entertainment. On Vibe, what's up with your boy?
Who?
P. Diddy. Changed his name again.
Change his name to what? Love Doctor or something?
Man, first of all.
Ain't nobody gonna be calling him no love. What grown man gonna walk up to him and say,
Exactly.
love,
Yo.
please stay away from me?
Absolutely.
Nobody, no dude is gonna call him love.
Who's going to call you love?
Ain't
First of all,
nobody
not
gonna
even
call
love.
you
It's
love.
brother. He
Man,
said,
come
a.k.a.
on, man.
brother love.
Brother
Put it
love.
like this.
Brother
I got
He's
a
love.
from
friend.
even Philly. That's our thing.
Put it
Brotherly
like
love.
this. I got a friend of mine that we both know went to Temple named Ambrose Jones, and she's friends with Rico Love. And I'll be like, what up, man? My man Love. I
don't
would
s-
never say
you don't
that.
say the
I'd be
love
like,
part?
what up, Reek?
What if all the rappers started changing their name, though?
Destiny.
You know what I mean? Like, some of the rappers, like,
I don't think, no.
I mean, like
Brother Love, I'm not gonna speculate, but
You're
that's
gonna
not a
say
name that I would want as a
Yeah.
man.
Nah, brother.
If I was a
Love.
man,
He got
I'm
me
just
on that
saying.
one. Maybe he was just happy because it was his birthday, and he had too much to rock.
I mean, I would
maybe.
love our brothers, but I would not want my name to be.
Yeah, not brother Love.
yeah, well,
man.
I think you, Puffy, you need to stay, keep your name.
Stay P. Diddy, man.
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy,
We
swoop.
love you,
That's a
P.
small
Diddy.
one.
We don't want all the rappers banding together, start changing the names. Busta Rhymes got changing his name.
Yeah,
Busta Gut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You seen him lately?
yeah. Buster got, yeah. Buster big, man. Looking like a linebacker.
Linebacker. Lil Kim changing her name. What she gonna change her name to?
I don't know about that.
Lil
one.
Scary.
I can't touch that.
Yo, that
I can't
plastic
touch
surgery
that.
ain't good.
Look, don't
Okay,
talk
touch
about
it.
Lil Kim. Look,
Yeah, it's
Beyonce
Lil.
about to bring Lil Kim back because she was hurt for like five times for Halloween. She was Lil Kim.
Was
So
she
Lil
really?
Kim ratings doing all the way.
Oh, wow.
She was Lil Kim for Halloween?
She got some cool points. Like 5 times.
Come
You
on,
didn't
Lil
see
Kim.
it?
Okay. All right,
Bring it
Lil
back.
Kim.
That's a
Bring
whole
it back.
nother show. Y'all got to stay tuned
Yeah,
for
we'll
that.
do that.
We can't, you're gonna be like Drake after a while getting a man's tattoo on your shoulder. We can't have
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You can't do that, man.
No,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah,
That's not
man.
good. Don't you have a tattoo of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on your back?
Nah,
Lou Alcindor? You got the old name. Lou.
nah. You got Wilt Chamberlain.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
you.
But,
Wilt.
So before we finish up, guys, we want to also we're going to always dive into to relationships. I think relationships make the world go around. And before we do that, before we about to say goodbye, pet peeves. What pet peeves we got, real quick? What's a pet peeve that you just hate,
Just
Deontay?
one. Give me one. One good one.
Dirty shoes.
You don't like men with dirty shoes?
I hate men with dirty shoes.
Dirty shoes. Okay, that's one. Dirty shoes. Mark, what you got?
I don't like girls that don't do their nails.
You don't like girls that
Yeah,
don't
you
do
gotta
their
have your
nails.
nails done. I feel, and a girl that don't smell. Like, how you a girl and you don't have no smell? It's a whole section in the mall, man, for you to have stuff to smell. Like, you know how
You wanna-
irritate.
you gotta-
know what I'm saying, man?
you gotta
know how
say smell
irritating
good,
it
though.
is
You
to
can't
meet a
say
girl
smell.
that don't have no smell. It's
See,
I'm telling you, every mall.
that
like
mean
this,
it's time
it's
to
a
go.
whole
He- 'cause
floor of stuff you can smell, like lotion,
Yeah.
deodorant, perfume.
So
He
we
about
got
to make,
dirty
you about to
feet.
make some women mad. We better go right now.
Just go buy something that smell like
We
something.
got dirty feet.
Like you a girl.
We got
Smell
women that
like
smell
something.
good.
What's your
and,
pet
What's
peeve?
yours?
My pet peeve. I got a few, but I
Oh,
I don't like women that cuss a lot. That kind of gets to me, man. That's just my pet peeve. You got women just cussing y'all all the time. Y'all going out and she using a lot of MFers. That
I
just
can't
kinda-
believe you just said that. You date black women?
Hey, man. Hey, bro, I don't like the cuss,
Jeez,
man.
those black women curse.
But
Ain't
listen,
nothing wrong with that, though.
hey, Well, you got a cussing, smelling woman and the dirty shoes.
Dirty shoes, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to
Appreciate
Shootin The
it.
Shhhhh. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for callers that called in. My man Tyree out of Florida.
Bye.
My man Daryl Crawls out of California.
Yes, sir.
L.A. We'll be back every Tuesday, 8 to 9 on
Shout out to
Shootin
our
The
guests.
Shhhhh. I'm your host, Lamont Farrell.
Mark Strickland.
And our special guest this week, Miss.
Deontay B.
Till next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned in to the very best. It's yours truly, Jazzy Fizzle, Fizzle, Fizzle. And this is In-State Radio, man. Tune in, baby. Oh, boy.